What's your name?
Jimmy. Hey, is that a Fiji mermaid there, or an actual one?
Yes, in fact. It toured with Barnum and Bailey.
Oh, whoa.
Well, if you're keen on old sideshow attractions, I have a few pieces in the back which might interest you. Come to my parlor a moment. I hope you're not squeamish.
Not especially.
Ah, very good. Coffee? Ah, the crown jewel of my collection. They recovered this from the charred remnants of Mortimer Dodson's crematorium. Well, surely you've heard some of the local lore surrounding that fire.
No.
You haven't? Well, strap yourself in, lad, because this is quite the yarn. Mortimer Dodson was always sort of an odd fellow, but more about him in a minute. Our story actually begins with a sailor named Emery Needle, who stumbled into a pub in town many, many decades ago. He pulled this orb right out of his pocket and said, "There are some things a man has no right to know. This stone shows the future. I'm unburdening myself of this curse. I look into the stone and it shows me a rusty cage and a bed with restraints. I'm haunted by this image." And the townsfolk took him for a complete lunatic, so they had him locked up in the local asylum. The director of the asylum was a close personal friend of mine, so he sold it to me. I sold the stone to Mortimer Dodson, who ran the local crematorium and funeral parlor. Mortimer was twisted. He handled body disposals for whoever would pay him. He had these tricks he told me about. Obviously, sometimes they'd just burn the bodies up, but sometimes to dispose of a body, they'd just throw it on top of one that was already in its coffin, screw the lid down, plant it in the ground. Mortimer came into the shop one afternoon in a sweat, saying that he'd looked at the stone and he saw an image of his charred face combusting in one of his own cremation chambers. Nobody's entirely certain what happened, but what we do know is that shortly after our meeting, Mortimer's business burned to the ground with him inside of it. Curious, I went to visit Emery Needle, the sailor who was still in the asylum. I asked him where he found the stone, and he said it was buried amongst other lesser treasures in a chest he found off the shores of Huelva. A chest with a French inscription upon it. This baby belonged to Nostradamus himself. So now, which of these items will you be purchasing?
No, I'm good. Thanks for your time. Do you have a bathroom I could use or something?
Oh, no purchase. That's interesting. Well, I suppose I'll be holding on to this then.
What's that?
Let's just call it a special antacid. Must be an issue with how I brewed your coffee. I might have made it a tad too strong.
Wow, is this an actual human skeleton?
It is. In fact, that's a recent acquisition. I call him Jimmy.
Where'd you get this from?
Oh, where do I get any of it from? Here, there, estate sales. I'm glad you're stopping in today. But this is nothing. All of my truly amazing pieces, I keep them in the back. Would you care to come see my parlor a minute?
Sure.
I hope you're not too squeamish.
No, not really.
Very good. Coffee?